Hi everyone, it's Louise and this is 26th of August 2010 and this is my weekly weigh-in and update for Hop for Halloween challenge. First of all, my weigh-in today was really good. I weighed in at 14 stone 6.5 and that was a loss of 5.5 pounds. I did say last week that I thought a lot of it was water retention and wasn't proper weight gain. And I hate saying that because it always sounds so weak. It sounds like a big excuse, but I think on this occasion it was probably true. And so I think that this is my normal weight loss that I would have expected if I hadn't had the ups and downs of the holiday and the drama, the sickness and everything else. And I think this is just back to where it should have been if I'd been carrying on as normal. On my Weight Watchers chart, it's showing that I lose about 0.9 pounds a week, which is less than £1 a week. If I could push that up to about £1 a week, I'd be more than happy. But I'm happy with any loss, a £0.5. I noticed some people have put one of their resolutions is to lose something every week. In other words, not to stay the same and not to have any gains. And I think that's a great resolution. But I can't really dictate the end result of the scales. What I can control more is how much I'm eating. So what I'd like to put as a goal is more eating related than weight loss related. But of course, if I do stick to these goals, then my weight loss should be fairly well guaranteed. Now, I have said that my first 3 weeks were supposed to be geared towards planning. And also I had my mini goals. My first mini goal of reaching 14.5 stone has now been achieved, so yippee! That's very good. And my next mini goal is to get to 14 stone 5. That's an important milestone for me because that will mean I've lost 2 stones. Now I've kept coming close to that and then putting on some and then fluctuating, but this time I want to get there to my 14.5, stick there and carry on down from there. So that's my goal. If I can get there next week, that would be great. But if my average is 0.9, then £1.5 may be more than I should be aiming for weekly. However, if it gets there, that's great. If it gets there in 2 weeks, then that's fine. If it gets there next week, that's fine. But I'm going to make it a goal to get to my 2 stone award by next week. If I don't achieve it, I'm not going to be fussed, but I have to set myself a goal. On this occasion, I'm going to be a bit lenient if I don't achieve it next week. I won't get too disappointed about it, but I have to give it a try, don't you think? So I will be doing everything I can to get there. Now I have started planning a bit better. I'm still working on planning. I print out the plans, I then transfer them to my weekly plan magnetic stick-on thing. Then I stick it up on the shelf, then I see if I can stick to it. And what actually happens is I end up eating almost completely the opposite. But it's giving me a reference point, and hopefully the gap between planning and reality will gradually reduce. And so I plan, I buy, I eat more or less what I plan. One of the reasons why there's a gap is that I make the plan and then sometimes I find the supermarket bargains are in some other directions, and then I can adapt the plan to make economies, and that's fine. But so that's planning. It's not perfect, and I'll carry on working on planning because I think part of my staggered goals, I'm staggering my 4 goals of planning, exercise, water and tracking. I'm staggering them over 3-week periods each. So I think I shall now move on to exercise. My 3-week sections aren't going to be really rigid. It's just when I think, yeah, that's just about 3 weeks, then I'll move on to the next one. And I don't mind it if there's a little bit of overlap. So next week I could be still talking about planning. And in fact, I could be working on planning and exercise alongside each other. I've started my new tracker book and I've been recording in that. I've never been very good at maintaining the trackers and doing them every single week, and they've been very ad hoc, and sometimes I've also recorded my tracking online. Tracking comes later. So at the moment I'm tracking as best I can, given all these variations. But from now on I'm starting on exercise. My goal at the moment is to walk an hour a day. I haven't been doing the sweaty faces because the walking doesn't always give me much of a sweaty face. It did the one day when I got back. I had a sweaty face and I took a photo which I'll add to the sweaty face gallery. But I came and took the photo here, so it shows a bunch of books behind me, and it didn't look like the right setting for a sweaty face. But I may also go to the gym some days, but my baseline aim is to walk for an hour a day. And of course, if I go to the gym, then I can skip the walking. Now, I don't know if I want to have any days where I don't do it, have days off like Saturday and Sunday. I think walking an hour a day I could do every day. But if I find I want a day off, I can take up to 2 days off a week. That's my beginning thing. But I also want to talk more about exercise, and I may make a separate video about exercise, because I think this is getting quite long. I think Nicole asked us to keep them short, so I'm going to make some extra videos, and this one's probably overrunning. Apologies, Nicole, and thanks for watching. Because there are a few things I want to talk about and get right in my mind. So I'll make some extra videos on my channel, and if they're of any interest, you can go and watch them there. In the meantime, I think I'll stop here. I'm now on to exercise. Getting out of my comfort zone is sticking to my points for a few days, because I've got this point goal and I don't really stick to it completely. I always seem to go over. So I think if this Thursday, Friday and Saturday I do not go crazy having some additional meals, then that would be taking me out of my comfort zone, because I'll start getting binge urges. And then once I get them, I'll see what I can do with those binge urges, because the binge urge is outside my comfort zone. I'm sorry I keep going too close to the camera, and I think I end up being a bit out of focus. So thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.